Picture this, the year is 2035. You're walking outside your house and you see some kids playing basketball. All of a sudden, one says, wait, time out, I need to change my arm. Well, you stop and think, well, how could that happen? Well, the thing is that he has a prosthetic limb and his arm is low on battery. So just like an iRobot, where he has a prosthetic limb, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be in the future where this can happen. This is available today. Today I'm going to be discussing what is a prosthetic limb, how they are used and applied today, and what the future holds for them. Now this brings me to my first point. Prosthetic limbs, what are they? Well, they are an artificially made arm or leg from a human body. Now we have come a long way from prosthetic limbs, as you may see in this picture. First, you know, people would just leave their amputees would just leave their arms and legs just hanging there, and they would use maybe a stick, you know, to maybe try and get around. Later, like pirates, they started using peg legs and hooks. Later on, they discovered that maybe you can actually use a leg that the amputees can actually move. And in the future, there is an actual human-looking arm, and that's what they're trying to work on today. Now, some uses for them. Now, many people may be thinking, well, what is a prosthetic limb? I mean, you know, how do they use them, even if they have them today? Well, this is a brace that people attach to their legs or their arms, and it goes around, whether it's an amputee from up here or on the shoulder. It goes strapped all around. As you can see from the bottom one, that one's the one that hangs on here, and they go attached to their bodies, and the process goes as follows. The first one wraps around the amputee where there has any. The leg then is, you know, all the parts that go with it are attached. There's a rod and the bottom for the leg. Finally, once everything is attached, the bottom number 7, right here, this is how the whole leg looks like. Whether it's a leg or an arm, they can still attach it to the amputee, and they can be able to use it. Other uses for many people, like this lady from Africa, she uses her amputee leg to farm and, you know, to try and get around. Other people may use it for athletics, biking. Some people may use it for beauty. Some people, you know, even though they don't have a limb, you know, they still want to be accepted by everybody today. And, you know, they're still human. Just because they lost an arm, it doesn't mean that they're not human. And according to Ken Carlson from the Modesto Bee Journal, his meaning of prosthetic is hope. In February of this recent year, he was sent overseas to Haiti, and he was writing about the earthquake that happened there, and he discovered that people that, you know, were in the earthquake, they not only lost their homes and their loved ones, but also their legs and their arms. Some people, you know, are amputees over there, and some of the work that he's trying to do over there is, you know, trying to send people who know how to make the prosthetic limbs over. Guy Cover is another author for the Press Democrat, and he is another person who is trying to get prosthetic limbs for over 4,000 of the amputees in Haiti, and he is also working on some labs. He's making some labs inside shipping containers. They're 20 foot long, and I believe they're about 8 feet wide, and he's trying to make some labs inside those, so they can be able to produce the prosthetic limbs, so they can be sent overseas and help other people. And as you can see, some athletes also use it in the Olympics. I don't know if you guys have watched the Olympics recently, but there is a Special Olympics where they use prosthetic limbs, not only legs but also arms. And they can be used as regular, you know, arms and legs. That doesn't necessarily mean, you know, that they can't. Other uses is for this lady. She is a male woman. She goes around and, you know, drives around a truck like any mailman would do, and she delivers mail. And because of the prosthetic limb, she's able to do that. And whether she in the study that I was doing, I found out that she likes to wear her shirts without the sleeves, so people can see that she has a prosthetic limb. Then she's able to work and be a normal person, even though she has this attached to her. So people won't look at her like if she's from another world, or like if she doesn't belong here. As amputees from the war, like World War II veterans, they also are able to get limbs attached to them, prosthetic limbs. They most of the limbs that they are using, they're made by a professor. His name is Hugh Kerr, and he is an MIT professor. And currently, he's working on a very futuristic prosthetic foot. His research is becoming very, very helpful. And that brings me to my last point, which is the future. What does the future hold for these prosthetic limbs? Well, as I said, the MIT professor, he is designing a very futuristic foot, which in sense is going to help most of the future research. And you never know, maybe in the future we will look something like the NS5 in iRobot, and people won't look as strange as they did today. Well, we have discussed prosthetic limbs. We got a glimpse of what they are, how they are applied, how people use them, and of course what the future holds for them. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope I interest you in my topic. And one last thing, if you ever see an amputee wearing a prosthetic limb, please don't tell them in a way of saying good luck, break a leg. That is really not cool. All right, thank you.